Hi everyone, it's Justine and it's time for a new fashion trends video. This is the video where I look at all the runway collections for the season from a designer's perspective. I pick the biggest trends, I present my curated trend boards to you, and I explain how to make these trends wearable in real life. Get comfortable, because there is a lot of inspiration in there which you can really pick and choose from to update and refresh your wardrobe. And at the end of the video, you'll tell me in the comments which one of these trends is your favorite, which one you want to try out. Let's go. Number 1, textures in movement. Texture is an essential component of this fashion season, meaning tactile surfaces, materials, and embellishments that move with you when you move and that you want to pet. Examples. It can be fabric draped asymmetrically, like at Alaya. It looks Roman, doesn't it? And it will move with her legs when she moves. It could be furry trimmings. You could also go maximal on this with a huge cozy faux fur coat, like this Michael Kors look, or with XXL bouclé fabric, like at Stella McCartney. Both super warm and really fluffy. Fringes are also an option. It may just be edges and trims or worn all over, like this Stella McCartney suit ensemble. I can't make a board about moving embellishments and not mention feathers. So here is a beautiful Ferragamo dress for you. Maybe not the most wearable piece, but quite artistic. I genuinely think that most people are missing textures in their wardrobes. And yet textures are a wonderful way of making even a monochromatic look feel creative and sophisticated. So when you go shopping this season, try to vary the textures that you purchase. The top and the bottom can have different textures, or the clothes versus the accessory. That will elevate your entire wardrobe. Next trend, color blocking 2.0. We know color blocking mainly when it's neon colors worn together or primary colors. But this season, I see a different way of color blocking. Starting with the most wearable option, which is Gucci. The basis is a neutral brown outfit and then purple tights and a green handbag. Two hues that do not technically belong together at all because they're not close to each other on the color wheel. But they're just small touches of color in the overall look, right? So they bring a contemporary feel without being overwhelming. A good way of testing the waters if you're new at color blocking. The next two options, Marni and Miu Miu, are a bit bolder because each of them includes 3 hues that aren't neutrals. How do they make it work? Well, the hues used are all muted rather than bright and in your face. Here we're far from neon color blocking, right? 2 more options if you want to go even bolder. Make the colors more visible by increasing their proportions in the overall outfit. In this Nina Ricci look, blue and purple do harmonize with each other, but then the green fur comes in and breaks that harmony. And then there's Saint Laurent. I've rarely seen as much color on a Saint Laurent runway, to be honest. A saturated red paired with a less saturated orange, meaning that the hues are contrasting and also the saturation, aka the chroma of the hues, is contrasting. A surprising combination, therefore extremely modern. So you get the idea. Color blocking hues that aren't neon and that aren't close to each other on the color wheel. Start with 2 hues in small touches, then add more hues or add more surface, more importance, more focus to your hues. Our next trend feels like a cozy, highly comfortable, nomad-inspired lifestyle. It's mostly knitted fabrics, and I must say, beautiful drapes. Starting with subtle details like a scarf or a sweater pinned around the shoulders with a fibula or a brooch. We're seeing skirts made of a square piece of fabric where the drape happens naturally. And this studs look even pairs the skirt with an extra long top which gathers around the waist. This is both cozy and chic, you'll surely agree with me. The gathers around the waist can also be done with a string, which you pull to adjust the fit, like at Vuitton. Noted the fringes here again, adding some movement to that look. Balmain is the epitome of the trend this season, with 2 examples on the board. A wrap that goes around the head and the entire torso, with statement bracelets and boots contrasting in color, and a longer, flowy look where the accessories are matching the clothes completely. Both looks are very comfy, but also elevated. The last image on this board, by Dries van Noten, is to show you an additional option. Here you see a jacquard fabric paired with something silky and shiny. So the nomad trend does not have to be just knits and solid colors. It's more about the drape, the flow, and the wrapping of the fabric around your body. This one is highly wearable, right? and it's typically combined with flat, high, slouchy boots in either smooth leather or suede. Next one, 1,000 ways of just adding a belt. Belts are a key accessory this season. You can take a huge coat, wrap it around your body, and add a statement belt to create the silhouette, like at Balmain. The next look is super interesting. Here the belt is worn tight around the waist, a bit higher than the height of the natural waist, which makes her legs look endless. And after going through the buckle, the belt is also tied in a knot. The top looks nomad inspired, and the bottom is made of ruffles that move with you when you move. All the trends are connected this season. Several houses presented belts to which wallets, pouches, or even bags were attached. Tod's made it color blocking. There were also bags like this at Dior, but too big and therefore neither flattering nor practical to wear in my opinion. I left them out on the board. You could also wear a belt a la Victoria Beckham. The pants have belt loops and yet the belt is placed higher, which elongates the silhouette, especially because the belt is in a contrasting color versus the rest of the outfit. Last example, a huge belt, highly decorative, stiff, shaped almost like a corset, worn over any kind of top you want. At Dries Van Noten, it's worn over a blazer. If you're into belts, this is a great season to shop for belts. You'll find plenty of options in stores. Belts are fantastic to complete an outfit. We should all wear more belts. Our next trend started a couple of seasons ago and it's still going strong. Lingerie inspired, ready to wear. Here, I wanted to start with this Louis Vuitton dress. It is opaque and covering, with the lace underlayer visible at the hem level, and with the lace detail around the bust and those spaghetti straps. These details are reminding us of a nightgown, but in fact such dress can perfectly be worn outside the bedroom, no problem, right? More nightgowns. At Miu Miu, it has a taste of I just got out of bed and I still need to put myself together, very intimate. At Chloe, we have the lightness of the satin fabric, but with a coat thrown over, and it's actually covering the whole body. Lace all over at Saint Laurent. You typically wear this over opaque undergarments or a crop top. The shoulder pads remind us that this woman is a boss, in control of her image and her life, sort of. At Dior, it's also all over lace, but with 19th century flair. I'd wear this lacy see-through jacket with black straight leg trousers. Last example to show you how far this trend can be taken. Ignore the red bathroom background and the head, just focusing on the lace. You see a mix of lace and plain satin, see-through and opaque, top fitted, bottom loose and flowy. There are many ways of wearing lace. A lace over top combined with an opaque top probably is a good way to start. Layering is key to not feel naked. And then lace can totally be worn in a professional setting. It's just a matter of how you layer it, really. A color trend now. Remember that mocha mousse is the Pantone color of the year. I talked about it in my spring-summer trend review and I had a board dedicated to that color, if you remember. Well, now it's fall-winter and we're leaning towards darker, deeper, richer version of mocha. It is still often a full look. The neckline is round or even higher on the neck, up to turtleneck. The skirts are below the knee. The top contrasts in weight with the bottom. Let me explain. You see Fendi and Ralph Lauren. These bottoms are leather, aka heavyweight, whereas the tops are more lightweight. At Michael Kors and Tod's, it's the opposite. The knitted top has more weight than the bottom, which is airy, flowy fabric. All 5 looks on this board have drapey bottoms, and we're going to what I said earlier about textures. When you're going monochromatic, or staying within a color palette where all the colors are very close to each other, then texture is always a way to elevate your look. Something to think about. Overall, fashion is going into a direction which is cozy, reassuring, protecting, cocooning, which is why you see loose fits, lots of faux fur, big knits, tactile materials, across my boards, but also across fashion shows as well. Fashion is also being used more and more as a way of conveying identity, values, individuality. Through your style, you can express who you are, your taste, your aesthetics, how you're evolving as a person. You need to have a clear idea of what your style is. Otherwise, you'll buy clothes you're not wearing. You'll find that your wardrobe doesn't feel like you. And you'll be standing every morning in front of your closet thinking, why do I have nothing to wear? When I ask women, what's your style? The most frequent answer I get is, actually, I'm not sure what my style is. This is why I've created an online class to help you get crystal clear on your personal style. It's a 90-minute creative session, a hands-on workshop in which I teach you how to create your style vision board. Having a style vision is the foundation for a wardrobe you love and actually wear. If you're thinking, yes, I'd like that, then go to justineleconte.com/svb, as in style vision board, and you'll see what's included in the class, how I teach it, and you can sign up for it. If you're thinking, my style is in a rut, my wardrobe doesn't fit my life anymore, I waste money on clothes I don't even wear, I want to have style but I don't know where to start. If any of these statements hits home, then you need a style vision board. It will bring you the clarity that you're looking for. Thumbs up if you enjoyed this trend review, and don't forget to tell me in the comments which trend is your favorite. I definitely have a favorite myself. You can guess which one it is and tell me yours. And subscribe to this channel if you're interested in style and fashion advice in general, because you're in the right place. I'll see you soon. Until then, take care. Bye.